everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Mrs. Diva. Welcome to the Facebook page of Mrs. Diva and Facebook group of Mrs. Diva and YouTube channel of Mrs. Diva. So I have with me today the very, very beautiful motivational wellness coach, Resham Chopra. She is
Thank you,
everybody's
Asha.
favorite.
Thank
She's
you. Thank you
everybody's
so much.
favorite. We all know, right? You're most welcome,
Thank
Resham. And
you.
I know this is a little bit of surprise for our viewers also, because they would not be
Yeah.
expecting me today. They would just be
I
expecting
know.
one beautiful, one pretty face of Resham, and I am also here with you today.
Two pretty
Hi,
faces
Kiran.
now.
Yeah, two pretty faces. Okay, yes. Hi, Kiran. Thank you so much for joining in. How are you
Yeah.
doing? And so, guys, as soon as you join in, keep dropping in a hello and a hi, so that we get to know that you are here with us. And so, before we begin, let me ask Resham to give a little bit of introduction from her side, and then we will
Yeah.
move ahead with this session.
So I can't see any comments. So that means I'll not be able to see comments in this, Asta,
You
I
are not
guess.
able to see comments? Oh,
No.
okay. Okay, never mind. That's okay. So we will answer. So probably Resham can answer the questions. If you guys have any questions, keep asking them. Resham will be able to answer them after this session. She'll take
Yeah.
out some time. She'll read the comments and she will answer them.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that, guys, because I'm not able to see who all is there. I cannot see any comments, but I'll surely do it later on. Yeah. So, okay. So, welcome to all of you who all has joined in. And about me, I'm Resham Chopra, and I am a motivational wellness coach. Now, for me, wellness has three important pillars. The first one being mind, the second one being body, and the third one is movement. So I have tried to, do my bit of in these pillars. So, mind, I am a NLP master practitioner certificate holder. I have also done EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, which is similar to acupressure, but instead of needles, you do tapping. Then I've done neuroplasticity certification, which is a brain science. Then for body, I have done a diploma in nutrition. I've done a diploma in intermittent fasting, in keto, and I've been a vegan myself for 4 years. So this is in a gist about what I've done, and of course, life has taught me a lot on health. So everything that I'm telling you guys is what I've experienced. So it's coming from what I've gone through, and now I've handled stuff and I've handled things.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's always such a pleasure to talk to Resham, and a lot of you, I know a lot of you guys have had your sessions with Resham, and you agree and
Uh-huh.
you keep on posting wonderful, wonderful reviews, beautiful reviews about her
It's
sessions and the way she, speaks to you, and you guys feel calm after your sessions with her, right, Resham?
I feel so blessed that I am able to add value to people's life, and I just feel that I'm able to connect to them. I'm also a practitioner of Buddhism, and there's one saying where they say that whatever problems you get in your life, be
Mm-hmm.
thankful because you're able to actually get into someone else's shoes and understand what they're feeling. So if someone comes and tells me about their health, I know because I've gone through a roller coaster ride in my health.
Yes,
So I can
yes.
totally relate.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I really, can relate to it. Hi, so hi guys, let me just say hi to everybody. Hi Divya, hi
Sure.
Nilshri, hi Doctor, hi Soumya, hi Preeti, Raki, Ruchi, Neva, Priyanka. Thank you so much guys for joining in. We are so glad, both Risham and I, we are very thankful to all of you for taking out time and joining us. Okay, now let me give you a very important update about this session before we begin. So we have this. Hi, Garima. We have this, beautiful gift that we always get from Resham. That the maximum sharer of this session, anyone who shares this session, the maximum number of times you can share it anywhere, any of the groups you're a part of, anywhere. That person will get a mini vibrant health session from Resham, absolutely free of podcast. That session is for 30 minutes. And we also have another surprise today from Resham. Apart from this maximum sharer session that you guys will get, we will have one lucky winner today. We also have another simultaneous contest that will keep on going on Resham's own page, Blooming Lotus by Resham. That is the name of Resham's page. That is the Facebook handle of it. You can write @Blooming Lotus by Resham and you will be directed to her page. You just have to comment on the pinned post. Just comment on the pinned post, guys. This will go on until Sunday. And on Sunday, Resham is going to pick one lucky winner. One lucky winner she's going to pick, and she is going to offer her complete wellness session, which extends up to 1 hour. And trust me, guys, those who have taken this session, they have nothing else but applause, happiness after they have taken up this session. So two good news for you guys today. So come on, guys. Hi Nidhi, thank you for joining in. Hi Patiksha, hi Vinisha, hi Dr. Shatabdi, hi Garima. Thank you so much, guys. Hi Harveena, thank you for joining in. Thank you so much, guys. So I have just given 2 updates that anyone who shares this session, today's session, maximum times, will get one free mini vibrant health session from Resham today. And simultaneously we are running second mini contest. It's a small contest and small giveaway from Resham's side. It is a token of appreciation for all our viewers that she will be giving out one session to one lucky winner who comments on the pinned post on her Facebook page, Blooming Lotus by Resham. Okay, so I will keep on reminding this to all of you, but let me just quickly start up with the questions. So Resham, this session today, it's a very, very important session that that you have planned, and we when we were discussing about this session, it was originally scheduled to be conducted in our Facebook group, and you also know about this. So, but then when you discussed the topic with me, I thought that it is very important that we should do it on the Facebook page, and it should be available for the public viewing. Right. So this is something that I really okay. Let me just repeat the topic once. So the topic was that how Resham got off 60 units of insulin every day. Right. That was the amount that you were taking, and we will be kind of decoding diabetes today. Right, Resham? Understanding more and more about it. So this is something which is very, very important, guys, and especially for people, those who have history of diabetes in their family. So if you have this problem as a heredity in your family, or if you're someone who is constantly under stress, so women and rather everybody these days, all of us are under a lot of stress these days. So this session is very, very important for you. So please watch this, not just for winning Resham's session, but for your own future also, for your own good, better health also. So
thank you.
Thank you so much, Vinisha. Hi, Shikha. Thank you so much for tagging your friends, guys. Thank you so much. Keep tagging. The maximum sharer of this session today is going to win a mini vibrant health session from Resham. Okay, so Resham, I'm just starting with the questions. So my first question is, please tell us about yourself a little bit more, and how do you relate to this topic that we are going to discuss today?
Right. So, Asta, I really want to thank you for all the kind words. And you mentioned something about stress, and how it leads to diabetes. Of course, I'm going to discuss that, later in the webinar, but that's a very important point you've touched base on. So, hello to all the guys. I'm sorry I cannot see your names, but whatever Asta said, Garima, Vinisha, Niva, hello to all of you. So, I call, diabetes as my biggest teacher, because whatever I have learned till date is because I struggled a lot with this condition. So it was a massive struggle I went through, with diabetes. And even getting up in the morning was a big task. My fasting sugar used to run to 400, and the normal reference range is 75 to 100. I had no
Yeah.
strength at that time, and my HbA1c, which is basically a 3 month sum of
Yes.
your sugar levels, was 14, which means at any given point of time, my sugar is between 350 to 400. So this is
Mhm.
what I was carrying. It was way too much, sugar in the body.
Mhm.
And there was always a dilemma about what to eat. Of course, as a diabetic patient, you're given.
Mhm.
I don't like to use the word patient. As someone who's struggling with sugar, you're given breakfast options which would include brown bread, tea, poha, upama, vegetables plus roti. Okay, have tea with some sugar free in it. So, guys, let me tell you, sugar free is an absolute no. Whether it's Splenda or it's any form equal or even stevia.
Mhm.
Stevia
Stevia.
is the latest craze nowadays. But let me tell you, I'm reading a book called Stevia Deception. It
Mhm.
is not good for your body. If you need to use sugar in
Mhm.
your food, go to
Mhm.
a natural sweetener instead, like a jaggery, like a raw honey, or like date
Mhm.
syrup, or something like that. Stay away
Mhm.
from the chemically refined, sugar substitutes. So
Mhm.
coming back to the breakfast options, we were given these breakfast options, and my sugar would skyrocket
Mhm.
after eating all this. So I mean,
Oh.
I can say that with all this, I was on a progressive journey towards insulin, and that's what happened. I landed with 60 units of insulin every day. I had to take in almost 9 tablets a day. It was an ordeal. And
Oh.
everyone who takes insulin, I can tell you how you feel, when you prick that needle inside you.
Mhm.
I mean, for me, I was
Mhm.
pricking that needle also into my self-image. Something would break every time I would, take an insulin injection. You have to take it in the stomach. And I still remember, we had to, I was taking insulin, and we had to go for a dinner with my friends. We were in a
Mhm.
mall, and I had to take my dose, and it was a weekend. And obviously I have to go to the washroom, and all the washrooms were like, I mean, it was not hygienic because of so many people, on a weekend in the mall. And I was in tears because I did not know how to, take that insulin shot. So my heart goes out for people who are into this situation. I just feel that I can actually, feel how they're going through. So it's a struggle. But yes, the change happened. You can
Mhm.
turn around the situation. All you
Mhm.
need to do, I mean, what I did was, I resorted to not changing the diet, I resorted to changing my lifestyle. So
So
lifestyle is no looking
actually, my
back,
question
diet was
was
a
that how did
temporary.
you achieve it? So my
Yeah,
next question was that how did you achieve it? And if someone is in this situation, what should they do? So like I wanted to know
right.
your story. How did you achieve it?
Well, so before, we go on to how I achieve. So today I reversed my PCOD. I've lost 20 kgs. I've gone up insulin. 95% of the medication has gone for me. So before we touch on, how I achieved, I just want to tell you what we are
Mhm.
dealing with. What is,
Yes, sure.
insulin, what is insulin resistance, and what is, I mean, what they are basically very connected, right? So insulin is a very important hormone of the body. We don't know much
Hmm.
about it. हमको ये लगता है कि इंसुलिन प्रोड्यूस होता है, शुगर अंदर जाती है, but इंसुलिन के बहुत
Hmm.
और फंक्शंस हैं बॉडी में. Insulin
Hmm.
produces, it helps in production of a steroid hormone called cortisol. Cortisol basically आपकी बॉडी में रोज सुबह बढ़ता है, धीरे धीरे बढ़ता है, and then you wake up. And in the
Hmm.
morning, you have liver stores glycogen, which is a stored sugar.
Hmm.
Glycogen is a technical name. So liver puts in sugar in the blood stream in the morning, because of course you have to get up, you have to brush, you have to wash,
Hmm.
go to the washroom. You need the energy, so sugar comes in the bloodstream. So liver के अंदर भी the fat which the sugar which goes inside the liver, insulin is pushing.
Hmm.
So insulin is basically is, if it will not be wrong to say that insulin is the hormone which is responsible for us to wake up in the morning. So that is one
Hmm.
function of insulin, that it helps us to get up in the morning. It's actually, helping both these organs. And plus, insulin also, is helping the excess sugar that is there in the blood. Insulin is also helping to push that sugar inside the cells, inside the muscle. Most of us know this function. And what happens is, cells have a receptor. It's like a chabi. Insulin is like a chabi, right? So insulin will open the door, will go in the chabi, and the door opens, and the sugar goes inside the cell. Now, when we develop insulin resistance, the cells actually don't open. मतलब दरवाजा बंद हो गया. So, example like, let's say एक चाचा जी हैं, insulin is like a चाचा जी, okay? हमारे घर में वो paying guest लेके आते हैं. So that is viable also कि, economically stable है, चीजें paying guest आ रहे हैं. So we are happy, we are accepting, we are opening the door. But हर रोज एक paying guest आ रहा है, अब घर में तो जगह ही नहीं है, everything is full. So we don't want to open the door. That is exactly what the cells are doing. They don't want to open the door because there's so much of overflow happening around. So this basically is what is leading to insulin resistance, because there's an overflow happening. And of course, insulin is also a fat storage hormone. So if you have excess insulin in your body, you may not be diabetic, you still may have extra insulin, you may be insulin resistant. If you are insulin resistant, if you have excess insulin in your body, you will not be able to lose weight, because insulin is a fat storage hormone. So in a nutshell, all these are the functions of insulin. So it is basically like a symphony happening in the body. Body is very intelligent. All these functions are happening on their own. We are not doing anything. And the crux is, the insulin sensitivity. The more sensitive you are towards insulin, the more tighter the control, the lesser the fluctuations, so that is, how insulin is vital for our body. Let me explain this to you with another example of a pond. Let's say there's a pond and there is stillness, there's no breeze and all. So the water of the pond looks very still. Chote moti vibrations hongi, but that is at a microscopic level. We will not be able to see with naked eye. Now imagine you put some sand in the pond. Little bit of ripples come in the pond. We can see that. So that happens. So this is basically a metaphor I'm giving for our body. So when the pond is still, that's the normal way the body is. When you put some sand, it's like you're putting a meal of, let's say, a good protein and a good fat. So thoda bahut ripple. Imagine you've thrown a brick at the pond. मतलब इतनी ज़्यादा उसमें आपने एक जोर की पत्थर फेंका. So it's like a tsunami effect of ripples. The water is overflowing. Now that is a meal of refined carbohydrates. So when we are taking refined carbohydrates, it's like throwing a rock in the pond. So just try to think how the pond would look like. Visualize the pond. It's the same way our body is inside when we are doing all this. How will the body go? That's like, water is spilling all over. Again, if we are staying anywhere nearby that kind of pond, we want to keep our doors closed again. That is what the cells do in the body. They don't want to open, they don't want to take insulin. So every action in the body is basically happening so that we get the protection. So, I will not be wrong to say that every disease in the body is basically having a positive intention, and that is to protect us. So this is what happens, basically, in the nutshell. This is what happens with insulin, and this is what happens in the body. So
I know, Resham, that you cannot read the comments, but let me tell you that everybody is saying that you have explained it in a in an amazing way, and that is also what I feel, that this is a wonderful way to explain that what is happening in the body, because we as women, we will not be able to understand the technical terms, and time for you. You have taken out that time, and you're explaining all these things to us. Thank you so much for that.
Most welcome. I thought of the Chacha ji example just now, I mean, I was like, that is a better way to explain कि अब हर बारी चाचा जी गेस्ट लेके आ जाएंगे तो कहाँ रखे उसको, even though we need the energy, but we can't still open the door.
True. Absolutely. So can we like move on to the next question, second question?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I mentioned, yeah, sorry, I'm sorry, Asta, go ahead.
So I actually just wanted to, okay, before, because we have a lot of new viewers with us, I just wanted to share with them that we are running a very small contest today, a small token of appreciation from Resham's side, that anybody who shares this session the maximum number of times will win a mini vibrant health session from Resham, which extends up to 30 minutes. So, all the viewers, it is a great chance for you to win this session with Resham. All those people who have taken up this session, you have seen the reviews in the group, and they have lots of praises for this session. So, this is your chance to win this session. Just share this session maximum number of times, and you can win this session. And we also have another little contest that is going on Resham's own Facebook page, which is Blooming Lotus by Resham. You just have to like and comment on the pinned post, and Resham is going to pick one lucky winner out of all the commenters there on Sunday, and Resham is going to gift one lucky winner a complete wellness health session. So these are the two simultaneous contests that we are running today. So I will quickly move on to the next question, Resham, which is how did you achieve all this? It is not an
Yeah.
easy task.
Yeah. Before that, I want to just add on a few more. Like, I just mentioned, about the fact that insulin resistance leads to weight gain, and insulin resistance leads to diabetes. So I'm sure, I mean, we always have this question that how, if I'm insulin resistant, how am I gaining weight, or how will this lead to diabetes in the long run? Of course, when I did a PCOD webinar, there also, I think I mentioned that many women who have PCOD are insulin resistant, but they may not be diabetic, but they are insulin resistant. So what happens is when you are insulin resistant, darwaza band hai, cells are not accepting the insulin. Pancreas are the organs जिनको insulin बनाना होता है. They are pumping more and more insulin in the blood, okay? And liver basically has a job of converting the excess sugar in the blood to fat. There is no other way that they can take care of that sugar. So because there is a lot of sugar, it's not getting utilized. Liver is converting into fat, and it's storing and putting, also putting it inside the cells. So of course, then you're getting fat. Now, in this situation, you're not a diabetic yet. Your blood sugars will be normal. But in your body, there is a lot of overwhelming process of insulin resistance happening. This will continue. Now, there will come a point where the body will actually stop converting this sugar into fat. वो नहीं कर पाएगी और तो फिर क्या होगा, that sugar will float in the blood, and then what will happen, the blood sugar will rise, your the 3 months HbA1c will rise, and you will become a diabetic.
So basically pancreas will get tired, right? मतलब काम करते करते pancreas थक जाएंगे
ना, और वो इतनी जल्दी हार नहीं मानते हैं, लेकिन हम लोग ना उनको, हम अपने ऑर्गन्स को कभी आराम देते ही नहीं है. I mean, I remember a quote of a heart, वो बेचारा बोलता है कि यार मैं पूरी जिंदगी तुम्हारे लिए चलता हूँ, तुम कुछ मिनट मेरे लिए चल लो. So I mean, that's how we treat our body organs. So yeah, I mean, it's basically that kind of an effect which comes, and right. So yeah, I mean, so I think you mentioned about the stress also. Initially you said कि as women we take a lot of stress, and stress कैसे related है, diabetes से, stress कैसे related है insulin resistance से. so we have been hunter gatherers, like primitive जो human race थी, हम लोग hunter gatherers थे. तो क्या होता था कि हम लोग hunting करते थे, भागते थे. उस टाइम पे let's say if a lion comes in front of you, तो body क्या करेगी? Body बाकी के सारे the functions will stop. Your all the blood will go to your legs. Your liver, जो मैंने बोला था सुबह जो sugar liver blood में छोड़ता है, it will release all the sugar in the blood. Now, because we have a lion in front of you, we will run. When we run, we are utilizing all that sugar. I'll come to that in the end, on the movement part, that how it happens. We run, we utilize the sugar. Everything goes back to normal. Now, in today's scenario, we are no more hunter-gatherers. हमारे सामने स्ट्रेस के रूप में शेर तो नहीं आता, रियल शेर तो नहीं आता, बट हमारे दिमाग के जो शेर होते हैं ना, वो आते हैं. तो आते हैं, ये सारा प्रोसेस होता है, एक्सेस शुगर आती है, बट हम लोग
एक्सपेंड नहीं हो रही है. हाँ,
सो
अग्रीड,
एक्सपेंड नहीं हो रही है. सो इट इज देयर इन द ब्लड. सो दैट्स हाउ stress is a very big contributor on raising the blood sugar. And again the whole process will start. जितनी देर तक ब्लड शुगर रहेगी, सारे ऑर्गन्स को एक्स्ट्रा काम करना पड़ेगा, फिर एक टाइम आएगा वो बोलेंगे वी गिव अप. So it become a time. So that's how stress is so related to insulin resistance and diabetes.
Yes. It was a very important question, Resham, that I really wanted to ask you, because I can see a lot of my girls, a lot of my experts, they are constantly under stress. चाहे काम की वजह से है, चाहे घर की वजह से है. Situations भी ऐसी हैं, we cannot blame them also. But then somewhere or the other वो health को affect कर ही रहा है. And I guess सबसे पहले जिसको फैमिली में अगर डायबिटीज का अगर इशू है, so I guess blood sugar ऐसी चीज है जो कि एकदम शूट अप कर जाता है, या ब्लड प्रेशर जो है वो एकदम शूट अप कर जाता है. And we wanted to understand this correlation between stress and blood sugar, which you have explained very well. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And I just feel that women, take an example, if you're traveling in the plane, if there is a oxygen mask falling, आपको अपना oxygen mask पहले पहनना बहुत जरूरी है. नहीं पहनोगे तो साथ में चाहे आपका स्पाउस है, चाहे आपके बच्चे हैं, या आपके, you cannot take care of them, right? So coming back to what you said, you really need to take care of your own self. But right. But the good part is that all this, now coming to the question that you've been asking, that all this process is reversible. You can it is not it is a lifestyle situation. It can be reversed by changing the lifestyle, right? And so everyone can do it. It's not that it is a very difficult process, but एक चीज की जरूरत है उसके लिए. And I want to ask the question. आस्था, आप मुझे पढ़ के बताना कि कोई आंसर करता है तो. Before we move on to that, I want to ask the question to the audience. Can anyone answer what is the most dangerous address to stay in the entire world? What is the most dangerous address to stay in the entire world? Yeah, in the entire world.
Guys, so Resham has a question. What is the most dangerous address to stay in the entire world? So quickly we want answers. कुछ भी फटाफट से guess करना start करो. What is the most dangerous address to stay in the entire world?
Yeah, just a wild guess. Okay, let me give a clue. Group में इसकी post भी डाली हुई थी.
अच्छा, ओके. सो ओके, दिस इज अ टेस्ट. कौन ग्रुप की पोस्ट जो है वो ध्यान से पढ़ रहा है?
I mean, of course, not in the same words, but the answer is there.
Of course. Okay, so Gaurav Chopra has said, in your comfort level.
Oh, that's my brother. Why did he answer?
Sarika is saying negative thoughts. Pooja is saying emotions. Ritika Malhotra is saying heart. Aruna ji is saying chair. Harbina is saying stress. मुझे ना ये सारे के काफी आंसर्स करेक्ट लग रहे हैं वैसे.
Actually, सारे ही we all are pretty close. Dangerous तो है, but we love staying there, and that's our comfort zone. We just don't want to come out of the comfort zone.
We don't want
to. So what I want to tell you now, like how the reversal is possible and how I did it. The first prerequisite is, guys, you have to leave your comfort zone. उसके बाद ही सब कुछ शुरू होगा, है ना? हम जलेबी भी खा लें और हम बोले कि ग्लूकोमीटर में शुगर ना बढ़े, ऐसा तो होगा नहीं ना. तो आई मीन ऑफ कोर्स जलेबी खा सकते हैं, बट उससे पहले थोड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, थोड़ा भागना पड़ेगा, बट इट हैपेंस. सो यू नो, yeah. So of course the answer is comfort zone, and my brother knows, so he answered, but maybe he does not. So thank you, Gaurav, for answering.
Thank you, Gaurav, and thank you for connecting with us and watching this session also and supporting us. So thanks for that also. And yes, so Harbina is saying that she was connecting stress with address. So yes, so even so I guess almost all of your responses are also correct. So stress again is a very it's a very bad state to stay in. Yes. And tension, Garima is saying tension occurring बहुत ही खराब state है, to always stay in negativity. Nidhi Diwan is saying negativity. Wonderful. Yes, amazing answer. So, and in fact that's what Resham has been saying, कि कैसे it is so harmful for all of us. So I will let you talk again, Resham. I just get
yes. All I've answered pretty close, and the stress, the negative situation, the emotions, we get comfortable in that. We don't want to actually move out of it. I remember a small story, if I can share that. It's about two eagles, right? दो ईगल का पेयर होता है, एक राजा को वो कोई आके गिफ्ट करता है ना, राजा का ना कुछ बहुत बड़ा फंक्शन होने वाला होता है. इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल पेयर ऑफ ईगल एंड ही वांट्स देम टू परफॉर्म. So he tells the person to teach them. So एक eagle तो is flying in the air, एक eagle जो है वो पेड़ के डाल के ऊपर बैठी होती है. She's not budging. So Raja does everything, whosoever is there, learned people, doctor, जो भी है, सबको भेजकर बोलता है कि उसको उड़ाओ, but that eagle does not budge. So someone finds a farmer who's pretty pro in all this, and he comes and Raja says, okay, you go and try. Nothing has happened, but go and try. So second day, the people come and tell him the eagle is flying. So Raja gets very this thing कि कैसे करा आपने ये? किसान को बुला के पूछता है, how did you do it? So that farmer is very simple guy. He's like, कुछ नहीं, मैंने वो पेड़ की डाली काट दी. So I mean, the inherent nature of eagle is to fly, right? So inherent nature of body is to heal. Only if you give it a chance to heal, it will heal. So so moving out of the comfort zone would actually lead your body to heal, right? So coming back on how it happened, how I did, how I regressed in diabetes, how I went off 60 units of insulin. Regression is basically not a good. Sometimes the connotation is not positive, but in this way, regression is very good. Regressing in disease is very good. You're going back to your original self, right? So diabetes is a psychosomatic disorder, which means it's starting in the mind. So there is some stretch which triggers it, and I got diabetes 6 months after I went through a very personal traumatic situation. So if people, those who are suffering with this, if they introspect, they will actually establish a connection with something that happened in their life and that triggered this disease, in their body. Of course, it was in the mind. So what happens is that time moves on, but hum jo hai na, we stay there only, right? Our mind stays in that experience only. So when I work with, such beautiful souls, I work with them on making them move from that painful past experience. So that's how the first vertical mind comes into the picture, So I mean, that's how it revolves around mind, and that first step. You have to basically recognize. If you cannot, then take help. We can figure out what is it that's triggering this or what triggered this, and go back and erase that experience from the body, or erase that painful memory from the body. That's the first thing to do. The second is, the body. It is basically the nutrition part. Now, if a person has high sugar, right? A person has 300 sugar flowing in the blood. उसको तो जंप करना चाहिए ना, इतनी सारी शुगर है. अब ग्लूकोन डी अगर आप देखो, ग्लूकोज ही तो है, राइट? अगर आप ग्लूकोन डी का एड देखोगे न्यूज़पेपर में, मतलब टीवी में, तो वो तो मतलब कितना एनर्जेटिक दिखाते हैं कि ग्लूकोन डी पी लिया तो मतलब सुपरमैन बन गए, राइट? तो अब person who has high level of sugar should be jumping around, but on the contrary, I mean, I could not even get up from the bed. अब ये क्यों होता है? Our body needs repair, it is undernourished. And undernourished in micronutrients. Micronutrients किसमें मिलते हैं? Raw food में मिलते हैं, salads जो हम लेते हैं उसमें मिलते हैं. You need to fix your B12, you need to fix your D3, all that aids. Everything is interconnected, अलग अलग कुछ नहीं है. All this is interconnected. So we have to take care of our B12, D3, our micronutrients. Women especially need to add a lot of seeds to their diet, so many kinds of seeds there. Yeah, seed, pumpkin seed, flax seed, sesame seeds, all that will aid into increasing the micronutrient value in their diet. So we need to work on that. Yeah. Okay. So that's the first, point of the body. And the second, most of us are dealing with is inflammation in the body. That's the worst thing that can happen in the body. All the situations like arthritis, hota hai, diabetes hoti hai, cancer. All this is because the body is too inflamed. बहुत acid है body के अंदर. Our body cannot work in acidic medium. In fact, they say cancer cells thrive in acidic medium. So you have to move to a more alkaline medium. Now, how you can add lemon? Lemon कई बार लोगों को बोलता है lemon acidic है. Lemon is the most alkaline. पेट में जाकर alkaline हो जाता है. Add lemon to your diet. Add आंवला. आंवला nowadays is available. It's in season.
Fresh.
फ्रेश आंवला, यस, फ्रेश आंवला सबसे इजी तरीका होता है. आप उसको लो, उसको स्क्रैप करो, उसको स्क्वीज करो, 1 टीस्पून जूस, just have it like amla shot. Yeah, right. Add amla, add green leafy vegetables. These are all in season and they're great alkalizers to the body. Then grains, the kind of grains we take, wheat is very, very acidic. So try to replace with grains which are less acidic, alkaline. मैंने भी एक post डाली थी group में millets के ऊपर. So millet हमारी ancient grain है and it is very healthy. And also it is a low GI, which means उसका sugar जो body में जाकर sugar बनाने का process होता है वो बहुत slow होता है. So add millet to your diet. Yeah. So all these grains, asta, millets, jawar, barley. Of course, barley में थोड़ा gluten होता है, but बाकी दो में gluten नहीं होता. So all these grains are very healthy grains. और ये हमारे इंडिया के ancient grains हैं. So you can add these to your diet. Try to move away from wheat and So try to move away from refined foods. Try to move away from processed foods. अब refined food, processed food क्या होता है? जितना भी बाहर जाओगे मॉल में, जो बिल्कुल आसानी से नजर आ जाएंगे ना डब्बे, वो सारे refined and processed food. सब्जियां वो बिल्कुल एंड में लगाते हैं जाके. So I mean,
So we have a lot of comments, Resham. Guys, Resham is unable to see your comments. She's definitely going to respond to all of them after this session. So she'll respond to all the comments. Kiran, Resham is going to read your comments and share whatever you have asked. And then we also have Pooja. Pooja is saying yes. There should be adverts related to importance of alkalinity in human body. Definitely we agree. Vinisha is asking what about red rice, and Aruna ji is asking jowar bajra rotis. Okay, so she's sharing with us that jowar bajra rotis are also good for diabetes. So Vinisha has a question about red rice, and Aruna ji is sharing with us that jowar bajra rotis are good for diabetes.
Okay, so red rice is a good option, Vinisha, but people who are used to white rice, they should slowly progress because red rice has a very, very high fiber content compared to brown rice. So if you want to introduce red rice, it's a very good option. But if in case you are a newbie and you are liking your white rice, so slowly, graduate to a brown rice, then move to red rice, then there's black rice. So it is a good option, definitely. And Aruna ji mentioned about combining the jawar and bajra, right? Jawar and bajra both. So I want to add here, Aruna.
She wrote jawar bajra rotis. I don't know. So I'm just Yeah, so
Okay.
you
So
maybe you can tell
separately,
us that is it okay to combine these together? Is it okay? Like I also
right,
sometimes make makka and bajra roti. So I mix a little bit
right.
of bajra ka atta in makka ka atta. So is that okay to be
Okay,
is that
okay,
okay to
okay.
do?
Right. So, see, if you are not having sugar fluctuations, if you are not on medication for sugar, you can cope up with that. But if you have a sugar fluctuations, if you're taking medications, what happens is your system is already compromised. And all these are grains, and grains are nothing but 80-90% carbohydrates, and they
Mm-hmm.
release sugar. Now, different grain has a different time and process of releasing sugar. So, if you have a
Oh,
compromised system, if you have a sugar going haywire already in the body, then a
okay.
combination might not suit you. Okay, then it's
Oh,
better to go with
okay.
one grain roti. But otherwise, you
Got
can
it.
combine. Yeah,
Okay,
otherwise you can
okay. So I
combine.
am not on any medication, so it's just that I wanted to reduce my wheat intake. So I
Absolutely.
thought of alternates, and I then moved on to. So Vinisha and I, we were talking about your post that you made on millets. So that's
Right.
how we were talking about it, and we were sharing. That Vinisha was sharing with me that she also is in favor of having millets, like you have mentioned in
Yeah,
the post. So
yeah,
that's what we
yeah.
were discussing. It was a very good discussion. So we also have another question from Isha.
Hmm.
Isha, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for joining in. That's okay if you're late. You can watch the session later on, previous section of it. So she's asking a question: what is good atta for 3-year-old? Proportion of grains and millets. So Isha, Resham is going to read all your questions later on, and she can answer them
Yeah.
after this.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Thanks, Isha, for joining. It's good to have you here. And of course, I'll get back to all the comments later on. So, yeah, so I was explaining what all, you need to move away from wheat, okay, move away from refined processed foods. Move away from refined oils, try to add
Yes.
cold pressed oils in your cooking. Coconut
Mhm.
oil is the best oil, but of course, we don't develop a taste for that. I usually
Mhm.
add cold pressed oil in my cooking. थोड़ा बहुत मैं add करती
Mhm.
रहती हूँ. But yes, try
How
to
about
move to
mustard
cold
oil?
pressed oil.
How
Good.
about
Mustard
mustard
oil, anyways, is known as kachi ghani, na? So kachi ghani
oil?
means कि वो manual process है. So what I'm मतलब refined जो होते हैं ना, जैसे कि कोई भी refined oil ले लो, राइस ब्रांड का होता है, सनफ्लावर होता है, उस पर लिखा होता है refined. तो उनका process बहुत ही chemically treated. हाँ, refined. So try to move away from that because they create a havoc in the body. They will disturb the omega 3 omega 6 ratio terribly, which leads to
Mm.
inflammation in the body, which again kind of kickstarts all other problems in the body. So move to cold pressed oils. Try to add them to your diet. Of course, salads and all. You have olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. You can add that. You even get avocado oil. That tastes brilliant. You can try using that. Avocado oil is
Okay. But
good.
can
So
we
it's
use
good
it for
fat.
our cooking process also? Like हम लोग जैसे घर में for Indian cooking we do तड़का बना रहे हैं या उसके लिए सब्जी भूनने के लिए हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं. So I don't think that we can use avocado and olive oil for that.
So actually avocado oil has a very high smoking point. उसको आप use
हाँ.
कर सकते हो, but the taste
अच्छा
would be a
अच्छा.
little different. मैंने उसको
Oh.
सिर्फ salads में use करा है, but
Okay.
so I've not tried anything in that. Olive oil has different categories. So what I mentioned was
Yes. Yes.
extra virgin. That is
हाँ.
the first press. I mean immediately जो press करके निकलता है वो होता है. तो वो सैलेड में यूज करते हैं, उसको हीट नहीं करते हैं.
Salad
बट
वाला.
कुकिंग के
हाँ.
लिए आजकल मार्केट में ऑयल्स आ गए हैं, ऑलिव ऑयल
Okay.
कंबाइंड नहीं होना चाहिए किसी और के साथ, और उसकी बॉटल डार्क होनी चाहिए सो दैट उसमें रैंसिड होने का
Okay.
प्रोसेस ना शुरू हो जाए. यू कैन यूज ऑलिव ऑयल विच इज फॉर इंडियन कुकिंग. एक्स्ट्रा वर्जिन इज
Okay.
ओनली फॉर सैलेड्स एंड ड्रेसिंग्स एंड नॉट हीटिंग इट अप.
Right. So
सो
I think Nidhi, your
या
question has been answered. Nidhi ने यही question पूछा था olive oil का. Kiran,
राइट
yes, mustard
राइट
oil is wonderful. वही Resham has just explained. आप थोड़ा सा rewind करोगे after the session, you will आप उसको सुन पाओगे. Mustard oil जो है वो it is also very very good. So Nidhi is asking
राइट.
desi ghee. What about desi ghee?
Desi ghee is good. Desi ghee is a good fat. You should add to your diet. I'll come to that. When you're adding good fats to your diet, guys, you have to actually see the kind of carbs you're taking. Because अगर आप बहुत refined carbs ले रहे हो और good fat add किए जा रहे हैं, because रेशम ने बोला था, तो फिर आपका weight बढ़ जाएगा. फिर मुझे please
हाँ,
मारने मत आना बाद में.
हाँ. नहीं, I agree completely, guys. So basically, it actually it really depends from case to case and person to person, and
Right,
it is
right.
not just one particular thing, or it is always a combination of all the things that is
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
happens, and Risham has to understand your complete situation, and then only she can
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
suggest in a, and she'll be in a much better position if you talk to her directly. आप WhatsApp करो, Risham से connect करो. That would be a better idea, and she could make the diet plans or charts for you, and then whatever you are aiming for your health, आप चाहे जो भी aim कर रहे हो, I think you should directly connect with her, drop her a message. WhatsApp का number I'm going to share, I think post में मैंने डाला, आज introduction post भी मैंने post
है
किया.
post में है.
So it has her number. You can also inbox to her, and I would really encourage all of you to connect with her personally, and then ask these questions, because there are a lot of questions that she would want to understand before suggesting anything to you.
Yeah, right. Like you rightly said, Asta, when I do sessions, I understand the daily routine and I understand the diet preferences, and then I try to tweak in, these points. I try to
Yes.
push in these points. I give recipes also, of the food that can be, eaten, which is very, very healthy. I mean, there are things like methi soup, like tori ka soup, which I keep on making, and they're wonderful. They taste awesome.
Wow.
So it is one more point I wanted to put across. There is something called fructose sugar. अब ये सारे processed foods में होती है. It is high fructose corn syrup. इस
वो
नाम से
कौन
होती है. और
वो उससे बनता है, कॉर्न वाले, उससे कॉर्न से जो बनता है.
Absolutely. This is the most dangerous form of sugar
Yes,
because
yes, I read about it.
very dangerous. It does not even trigger insulin. So imagine what it will go and do inside your body. So that's another thing I do. When I'm trying to give a coaching, I also tell people to read the labels. I teach them how to read the labels. Because हम ऐसे ही उठा के सब कुछ डालते रहते हैं, हमें पता नहीं होता उसके अंदर क्या क्या है. और जोड़ना. I also have done that, a lot. I mean, fancy लग रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है, थोड़ा उस पे लिखा है low fat लिखा है ना, तो मैं तो बहुत यूज करती थी वो. But never. You need good fat for your body, So that is so basically the algorithm, revolves around tweaking the macronutrient, which is the carbohydrate. Like I said earlier, that you have to tweak the carbohydrates you're taking, because if you keep on increasing the fat and carbohydrates आप वैसे ही रख रहे हो, तो you'll put on weight. And this will also, when you tweak the carbohydrate, it will also lead to your insulin sensitivity. When you go a little low on carbohydrate. That's why I studied keto diet also, because my vegan diet bhi kari. I wanted to understand what exactly are the what keto diet has to present, because of course dangerous होती है थोड़ी. You can't go absolutely low carb, but थोड़ा low carb जाना अच्छा है, because वो आपके insulin को sensitive करता है. Another very important way of doing that is intermittent fasting. So I did a certification in that also, and I follow intermittent fasting. I do a 16-hour to 8-hour intermittent fasting, and that will really work wonders. But again, I have to deal with the person, understand the person, and then see that person. 12 घंटे के तो हम मोस्टली सब करते ही हैं. जब हम अपना ब्लड वर्क करवाने जाते हैं तो बोलते हैं कि 12 घंटे का फास्ट करके आओ. कई बारी हमें बहुत मुश्किल लगता है. यूजुअली हम 7-8 घंटे में ही अपना फास्ट तोड़ देते हैं. बट आई मीन खाली पेट रहने की आदत नहीं होती है. हमेशा हम फेट स्टेट में ही रहना पसंद करते हैं. So yes, so intermittent fasting is another option that can work for you. We'll have to see how we put you through that.
It's picking up a lot, and I've actually seen a lot of people getting very good results. So in my home only, my husband, he's following intermittent fasting for
awesome.
some time now.
Right.
So I really say that try to experiment with it, but definitely under patient's coaching. अपने आप नहीं करना है. अंडरस्टैंड
16 घंटे
समझना है उसको, बिकॉज ऐसे थोड़ा सा हार्मफुल भी हो जाता है वो 16 घंटे खाली पेट रहना बिना समझे. तो उसको पहले अंडरस्टैंड करना कि उसका रीजन क्या है, कैसे करना है, क्या आप उसमें ले सकते हो, क्या नहीं ले सकते हो, एंड देन गिव इट अ ट्राई. बिकॉज वो वेट लॉस जो करना चाहते हैं, थोड़ा सा पुश जो देना चाहते हैं, उनको हेल्प मिलती है उससे.
उनको हेल्प मिलती है. पीपल हु आर ऑन इंसुलिन और ऑन टैबलेट्स, दे हैव टू आल्सो कीप द डॉक्टर इन कॉन्फिडेंस. ऐसे प्लीज मत करना. पहले समझना
Definitely.
प्रोसेस, फिर अपनी मेडिकेशंस, बिकॉज कई बार आपको मेडिकेशंस उसमें कम करनी पड़ती हैं, बिकॉज द शुगर
True.
लेवल कम्स डाउन. कई बार आपको उसको तोड़ना भी पड़ता है बीच में फास्ट को, बिकॉज यू आर फीलिंग वीक. सो देर इज नो हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल कि ऐसा करना ही करना है. देर आर परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन अवेलेबल दैट यू कैन एक्चुअली ट्वीक विद. So
Absolutely.
this brings me to my last pillar that I want to talk about on in regressing the disease and how I work for it. It's called movement. It is the exercise. So basically, when we're exercising, na, it's a wonderful thing that happens. कि मैंने जो बताया था कि इंसुलिन एक चाबी होती है, उससे आपके सेल का दरवाजा खुलता है और ग्लूकोज अंदर जाता है. लेकिन जब हम एक्सरसाइज करते हैं, व्हेन वी एक्सरसाइज, we don't, your muscles, your cells don't need insulin at all. वो अपने आप ही ग्लूकोज ले लेते हैं. So when you're exercising, it's a wonderful thing you can do to your body, which is tired of producing insulin, so that थोड़ा सा इंसुलिन और डालो, थोड़ा धक्का और मारो, and the sugar goes inside the cell. So movement is very, very important. Now you can do whatever you want. You can go for a walk, you can do cardio, high intensity training, you can do any kind of you can do stair climbing, you can even do dance. And nowadays I'm following one dance with Dipti or something. She's got very good videos. I will put in the link. Very simple
Sure.
videos, Bollywood beats, and you would love to exercise. मैं उसी पे कर रही हूँ आजकल. So I started
Ah,
running also, but अभी बाहर, because the pollution is so much. I don't want to run outside. So you have ways. You have ways you can add on. So excuses तो होते ही नहीं है. वो हमेशा कोई solution होती है हमारे पास. So in fact, diabetes, there is this is on Google, please go and check. There is this one medical practitioner, very learned medical practitioner from UK. His name is Sir Muir Gray. वो बोलते हैं कि डायबिटीज को रीनेम कर दो, उसको नाम हटा के उसको लिख दो वॉकिंग डेफिशिएंसी सिंड्रोम. बिकॉज वो कहते हैं डायबिटीज रियल डिजीज तो है ही नहीं. So everyone who's actually battling with this, it's a good news for them कि you are not having any real disease. It's only your lifestyle. You change it, you can come out of it. So move your body is very important. गाना भी है ना, move your body. So
True. Agree. Movement is very
yeah,
important.
movement is very important. So in a nutshell, I've covered all the three pillars that helped me in regressing, that will help you in regressing. And if you need any support, I am always there to help you.
Right. So I think you have beautifully covered all my questions. Yes, you have also shared about the regression of diabetes and everything. And right, you have covered all the points, Resham, right? Is there anything else that you want to share with us?
I don't know. I guess if any other, I mean, if you can see any question that you want to take, maybe we can take that. But I think I have covered
I think we
everything.
have covered. We have
I
covered.
mean, my register is coming in the screen, so I mean, I've make notes. I've learned from you,
That's
Asta.
okay. We all do that. You should see my
I don't
notes.
want to miss. I don't want to miss anything, so I always make notes, and I want to explain everything. I don't want to miss anything. Whatever I have in my mind, I want to give it away to you guys. So
Thank
I've
you.
learned from my mentor. She always sits down with the notes, so I also make a point. ये शिखा ने भी लिखा था अपने feedback में. I'm ready with my notes. So inspiration is from you, Asta. I mean, I'm so blessed to have you.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
very
So
happy.
much. So much. So we have in fact taken almost an hour of our viewers' time, and we are
Yeah,
very
right,
grateful
right.
to all of you that you have still stayed with us for such a long session. But it is about our health, and I think we could
Absolutely.
we could dedicate this much time. So guys, Resham is definitely going to read all your comments. I'm seeing a lot of comments, Resham. So she's going to
Mhm.
come back and answer your questions definitely. Let me just remind you
Mm.
once and that we are going to reward the person who has shared this session the maximum number of times with mini vibrant health session from Resham. And we also have another simultaneous contest going on Resham's own page, Blooming Lotus by Resham. All you have to do is just like and comment on the pinned post on her Facebook page, and she is going to pick up one lucky winner, and she's going to gift her complete wellness session to that lucky winner. So it is an amazing chance for all of you, and you guys can, just go and like and comment on the post, and she's going to pick up one of you for the session. And
Thank you.
definitely, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for staying with us. I will let's say Resham say bye bye to you before we end the session.
Yes, so thank you all. Thank you all for taking our time in almost an hour. You stayed with us. So like Asta said, that health is no compromise, especially women. हम सबका ध्यान रखते हैं, अपना ध्यान रखना हम बोलते हैं कि बैक सीट उसको पीछे डालो. But again, I'll go back to the oxygen mask example. प्लीज वेयर योर ऑक्सीजन मास्क. एंड आज ही ग्रुप में एक सेल्फ लव के ऊपर भी पोस्ट थी, बार बार उसको पढ़ो, उसको अपने पास सेव करके रख लो कि आप अगर आप खुद से प्यार नहीं करोगे, खुद का ध्यान नहीं रखोगे, तो आप किसी और का ध्यान नहीं रख सकते हो. सो विद दैट थॉट I'll take a leave from all of you, and you have a lovely evening ahead. And thank you so much, Asta, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Resham, for sharing such useful information for all of us. And I'm reading all the comments. Everybody's saying that it was such a wonderful, great, informative, amazing session. You're going to read the comments later on, I'm sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Stay healthy, stay blessed, and lots of love. Bye. Bye.